Welcome to LeonCo. On today's topic, following up our last videos to end a month on credit, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my experience with credit. So, when I first started building credit was when I was younger, maybe I was 19, 20 years old, and this fascinated me because at that time I didn't necessarily knew how credit worked, what could I use with credit. So little by little I started asking how my dad works, how family members work with credit. I started searching online, I started going to banks and figuring out what ideas or what methods should I be using to start building credit. So after that, what the main thing I did to start building credit was getting a secured credit card. I talked about this in one of our last videos about how to build credit. So the secured credit card was my main focal point because it was accessible, it was easy. I was using my own money to start building credit. So I got off with a $500 secured credit card from my own money. And the way that I started using it is that I started to make at least one buy with the credit card monthly, so that I started to have that discipline of using my credit card but not maxing it out. And every time I used my credit card, I paid it fully. I didn't pay it on the monthly payments or at half. I tried to pay it fully, so that I built this discipline about using the credit cards but paying exactly the amount that I use, so that I would build credit and that I had the discipline of the debt that I borrowed, I would pay it immediately. So after that, the credit company gave me a credit card for about, I had a credit limit about $2,000, maybe $5,000. So essentially what I did is I built credit slowly with a secured credit card, and then the same bank that I used to get that card gave me a line of credit about $2,000 to $5,000. And to be completely honest, I don't use that credit line. I don't use that credit line because I tend to buy everything without building up debt. So it's necessarily the way that I use the credit is to just if I want to do big purchases that I need to get a loan or anything like that, then is that time that I use a credit card. But for most of my normal day, everyday spending, I tend to use cash a lot. A debit card's not necessarily credit cards, because if you get accustomed to using credit cards and you get accustomed to building debt with credit, yes, you build credit if you pay those, but eventually you will start to have that mentality that you have more money and you actually have, and you start building up debt, and that's not necessarily a good financial move. So this is my experience with credit and how I build credit. Let us know how's your experience with credit and what tips did you use to have a good credit line and have a good credit score. Share them down below in the comment sections. Leave us a like, leave us a subscribe. Let us know what other topics you want us to discuss on our next video. So thank you for joining us here at LeonCo, and don't forget to have that king mentality.